Hey guys, welcome back. Leland here. Thank you so much for joining me because today we are talking Tron Legacy. That's right, guys. Fucking Tron Legacy. I remember when we went and saw the midnight screening, me and my buddies, we went and saw the midnight screening of Alice in Wonderland. I remember walking out of that movie and being like, well, that was pretty lame. But we did get to see the Tron Legacy trailer in 3D, which definitely made me wet myself a little bit. It was an awesome trailer. This new movie, Tron Legacy, it's a follow-up, of course, to, fucking Tron back in the 80s. This movie is directed by Joseph Kosinski, who's, I think, like a video game trailer director up until this, but, a commercial guy, moving up to the big leagues for the first time. He's got a hell of a cast here. He's got Mr. Jeff Bridges, who's returning, Jeff Bridges, he ages like a fine wine. The older and grislier he gets, bring it on. Garrett Hedlund, who I quite enjoy in the original Friday Night Lights movie. Olivia Wilde from House is in there. Even Michael Sheen makes a nice turn as kind of a Ziggy Stardust club owner in this movie. It's Tron. Garrett Hedlund is the son of Jeff Bridges. His father disappeared 20 years ago into thin air. He went into the digital world. Garrett Hedlund grows up and he's kind of a disaffected billionaire. He rides around on a Ducati and he outmaneuvers police. And he's giving away the company secrets for free. And, for one reason or another, there's a page that comes from his father's old arcade that he used to own. And so he goes there and he ends up himself being thrown into the world of Tron with those, the light bikes, there's all of that. He finds his father, Jeff Bridges, has been trapped in there. He can't get back onto the grid because if he steps on it, they'll know he's there. And they end up having to save the world from a global domination plot. There was high hopes for Tron. I think there was some pretty high expectations. That trailer was pretty damn cool. I think it was a really well-made trailer, and I think it got people really excited. Combine that with the fact that Daft Punk were doing the score for this, and I think you get a lot of nerds excited, myself included. I love Daft Punk. That was exciting on its own. The visual style, the fact that it was shot and made for 3D. People were, I was definitely very excited. I thought this movie could be something pretty rad. And I would say for the first 30 or 40 minutes of this flick, I was pretty much in. The opening of this movie, it's a little bit of a Christopher Nolan ripoff. I think even the music in the opening of this sounds a little bit like deleted scores from the Dark Knight soundtrack. You even get Cillian Murphy in here if it didn't feel enough like Christopher Nolan. There's lots of aerial overhead shots. You even have a character standing on top of a building. So it felt a little bit like a Christopher Nolan movie, but when it jumped into the Tron world, the movie was just, it was clipping along, and he was fine. They gave you the light bikes right away, and the chase was pretty exciting. But anytime this movie really opened its mouth, it really started to disappoint me and started selling itself a little bit short. I think it was in the first half hour of the movie, you get a great action movie cliche, which is one of my favorite lines is, I think there's our next customer, and they're on the bikes. It really does have that caliber of dialogue. Jeff Bridges is in this movie, and he plays kind of a social anarchist. He wants to give away everything on the, he's kind of an he wants everything on the internet for free. He wants to give out the secrets, wants to give people everything. And so he's kind of a hippie. And they give him this Bart Simpson, Tommy Chong style dialogue where he goes like, "That's just what we got to do, man," or like, "You're messing with my Zen, man." I was like, "You sound like Bart fucking Simpson." This is Jeff Bridges, and I think the script really sells everyone short. I think it turns into Exposition City where you just have Jeff Bridges' narration explaining backstory that I really didn't care about. I don't care about the history of this world. I just want to go from one place to another and see some cool shit. Michael Sheen ripped it up. I found that scene, somewhat entertaining, but at the end of the day, this was kind of a watered down, crappy version of The Matrix that didn't really hold up. The Daft Punk score is cool. There's a couple good tracks here and there, but I would much rather just listen to those tracks than watch this movie again. And it looks fine. I was pretty bored by the end though, and it's hard for me to recommend it. I am going to give Tron Legacy a 3 out of 5. If you're going to see it, see it in theaters and see it in 3D, because I don't think you're going to really find it entertaining outside of that experience. So yeah, thanks guys. Head over to nitpick it or dampercast.com. We'll see you guys next time.